Kyle Dayo. Okay? Ito naman ang pag-usapan natin mga ka-JP Natics. Ito matindi. Anong matindi dito? Boy Sile, mga kababayan, pinagtawanan ng isang abogada. Wala kang alam, mag-aral ka muna. Sino tong abogada na to, mga kababayan? Panoorin po natin para malaman natin kung sino yung babaeng ito na sumoplak kay Senator Robin Padilla, mga kababayan. Mahirap to, ha? Talagang matapang talaga tong kongresista na to. Isang abogada, mga kababayan, na syempre po isang ano din ito, kilalang kilala ang kanilang pamilya pagdating din sa politika. Sorry to say, pero isa rin itong political dynasty, pero masasabi ko na may utak naman itong mga to kumpara kay Senator Robin Padilla. Okay? Kaya nga po siguro nasabi niya yung bagay na yon. Oy, grabe ka naman internet. Huwag mo na akong pahirapan. Last na to eh. Yan.
Padilla has to maybe review the Constitution. Maybe some of his advisors should advise him on constitutional law, and that you cannot kill an impeachment by mere resolution.
Sabi kay Robin, mga kababayan, siya po ay ang kanya pong apelyido, okay, isang Zamora. Kilala niyo po ito? Ito po ay kongresista, mga kababayan, from Taguig. Okay? Ito ay kapatid ni Pami Zamora, kapatid ni yung mayor ng San Juan. So galit na galit dito sila Jinggoy. Okay? Oh. Ayan, sinabihan si Senator Robin, mag-aral daw ka muna ng konstitusyon. Dapat ikaw daw i-advise ng iyong advisor. Yung advisor mo, si Panelo. Patay ka. Oh. Si Panelo, ang advisor nito.
That compressed timeline is unacceptable, not acceptable, for the simple reason that it will deny due process to both sides. For the prosecution, we will be unable to present all of our evidence in just 2 days, maybe, while for the defense, they would also not be able to defend themselves in such a short time. So this is both on a procedural side and on a substantive side of due process. Ang naisip ko nga po, yung away ng magkapit-bahay, hindi yan nare-resolve sa katarungang pambarangay in 1 day.
Lupon.
What more an impeachment case against the Vice President where we have numerous, voluminous documents or evidence to present. So we have to give both parties.
Teka lang. Ang kulit ni Ma'am Gina 31. Shoutout sa'yo, Robin. Padilla, ang BO mo. Nainis na.
Their right to due process. We appreciate the statement of the president. In fact, the other senator judges should listen to that, especially since our president has served as a senator judge in the previous impeachment case. So the president knows that the impeachment process for the vice president has to continue into
sorry guys, mali. Mali pala ako. Si Pami Zamora pala ang doon siya po ay doon sa Taguig. At si Representative Isabel Zamora ay sa San Juan. Okay, my bad. I stand corrected. Sorry naman, guys. Okay? So, magkakapatid yan, ha?
20th Congress. And obviously, he knows that this cannot be done in such a short time.
Well, nakakabaliw, no? Yung nangyari kagabi, no? So, unprecedented, hindi natin nakalain na may magkakaganon. No, kaya nga sinabi natin napaka-unconstitutional nung ginawa nung Senado kasi walang ganong mga procedure. Kapag na-verify na tanggap na ng Senado yung articles of impeachment, ang kailangan na lang nilang gawin ay i-trial na.
Oh, i-trial na
Hindi
talaga.
yung parang tatanungin pa yung kami, ibabalik sa amin pa. Wala na sa amin yung jurisdiction.
Mhm.
Kaya talagang nakakabalo, nakakatawa itong ginawa ng mga senador dito sa articles of impeachment. Talagang hangga't madidribble nila, dinidribble nila at talagang hangga't madidelay nila ang impeachment trial ay ginagawa ng lahat ng mga senador. Well, ang sabi ng mga prosecutors na narinig ko, kagabi kasi nagpe-prepare nga sila doon sa para ngayon. Mag-meeting yata sila ng...
Nabubulol ba si Isabel Zamora, mga kababayan? Kasi ang forte niya is English kaysa sa Tagalog. Kaya siya po ay nabubulol-bulol pag nagtatagalog. Mas sa kanya yung English, dire-diretso. Kahit magkwentuhan pa kayo, magdamag. Kahit si Pami Zamora, guys, napakagaling din nun. 'Di ba? Yan yung pamilya na umagaw. Yan yung pamilya na tumalo sa mga estrada sa San Juan.
10 o'clock. Pero alam ko, tutuloy sila. Mayroon na nga kaming inihanda. May mas nga mamaya para send off yung mga prosecutors sa hapon.
Thank you so much, Yuki.
Yun yung mga alas 10. Kaya tingnan natin yung development pero ang sinasabi ng mga prosecutor ay itutuloy nila. Kahit na sinabing moot and academic na raw yung pagpunta. Kailangan talagang ituloy ito.
Congressman Defensor, what do you make of the 18-5 vote of the Senate Impeachment Court? Of course, everything happened in advance of what we thought would happen.
RG, the Senate set a dangerous precedent and committed a clear breach of their duty and the Constitution. To remand the impeachment is not an option. It's only conviction or acquittal after a trial.
Exactly.
This clearly violates the intent of the framers of our Constitution.
Maraming bumabanat sa'yo, Senator Robin. Diba? Kayo ni Senator Bato ang nagsasabi, diba kayo nagmo-motion to dismiss the impeachment trial prior to the trial. Anak ng tinapa, hindi pa ngayon lang ako nakakita, mga kababayan, ng trial na dinidismiss na kaagad ng mga senator judges. Without even starting the trial yet, okay na Japan. Diba? Nakakagago. Nakakatanga. Piruin mo, ang isang senator judges, sasabihin kaagad na, i-dismiss na natin. You even, mga kababayan, without seeing kung ano ang mga ilalapag, kung ano yung mga hahain dyan sa inyong harapan, yung mga ipipresenta ng panel of prosecutors ng depensa. Kumbaga para kang parang sa kanila, ang siste kasi, ang dating sa akin, useless na magkaroon ng trial. Whether you like it or not, parang ganun sa kanila. Kahit meron ka pang maihain, may presenta ng mga dokumento laban kay Sara Duterte, yan ay baliwala. Basta kami, mga muy Duterte. Basta maipakita namin, we support Duterte. We support Sara Duterte. We support the Dutertes. Di ba? Parang ganyan, mga kababayan Kaya parang sinasabi nila, i-advance na natin. Ganon din naman yung magiging hatol namin Patatagalin pa natin. Pero maliwanag yung sinasabi dito ng mga abogado kay Robin Padilla. Unprecedented yung ginagawa ninyo. Na pag-dismiss right away, mga kababayan, outright. Diba yun ang gusto nila Dismiss outright without even starting the trial yet. Okay na. Napapamura na talaga ako dito Sabi ni Elnora Abrigo, hindi pa nga nag-start, dismiss na agad. Halatado, di ba? Kapag ganyan, may tinatago. Sabi ni Mona Nases, nagtataka ka pa, Sir GP, certified nga bobo ang mga Senado ng Duterte Black.
Asa ito sa ating konstitusyon at demokrasya.
Aha. Ayan, nagpatalastas tuloy mga kababayan. Ingay mo kasi, GP.
The House of Representatives and the prosecution cannot accept the remanding of the impeachment complaint.
Okay, so if you cannot accept it, what will you do? There are two orders that were given by the court last night. The first order being that you certify that you did not violate the constitutional limit on 1 year or one impeachment complaint against one official in a year. The context there being that before this impeachment complaint, the one that you transmitted, and which became the articles of impeachment, there were already 3 other complaints that were pending before the House. And of course, this is similar to the, if I'm not mistaken, to the case that was raised by the Vice President herself before the Supreme Court. So that was the first order, that you have to respond to that. And of course, the second order is that you have to, or not you, but the Congress of the 20th, the House of Representatives of the 20th Congress must certify that that House of the 20th Congress, which is incoming after June 30, will be pursuing the case. So, how do you even expect to comply with all of those 2 orders?
So everyone will understand, RG, the operative word is to initiate. Remember that the 4th impeachment complaint is the only complaint that was initiated. When you mean initiate, it means that you take formal action on an impeachment complaint. And it has been ruled by the Supreme Court in a landmark case of Gutierrez versus House of Representatives Committee on Justice that to initiate, there can be many impeachment complaints. And the impeachment complaints are like matchsticks para itong posporo. At yung posporo na yon, the matchstick that lights up a candle, yun lang ang magti-trigger ng totoong impeachment process. And in the case of Francisco versus the House of Representatives, the Supreme Court clearly said that to initiate means not only the mere filing but a referral to the Committee on Justice by the House of Representatives.
Okay, maliwanag yon. Ngayon kasi kahapon sinasabi nila 1, 2, 3, mga kababayan. Ito 2024. 'Di ba? Bakit dapat daw pag nag-file na kaagad ng article of impeachment ay dapat ito daw ay mabibilang na sa 1 year prohibition rule, mga ka-GPnatics. Pero sabi ng korte, ito nga yung Francisco versus House of Representatives na sinasabi nitong si Sir, alimutan ko yung pangalan, si Dipensor, ay hindi doon tatakbo. Tatakbo ito kapag ni-refer ng SecGen, mga kababayan, doon sa Committee on Rules. Doon palang tatakbo, doon palang magbibilang ng 1 year prohibition rule. Doon palang magiging effective yun. So baliwala, ibig sabihin baliwala yung kahit may nag-file ng napakarami sunod-sunod, kung hindi naman ito inaksyonan, mga kababayan, baliwala din. Okay? Hindi yung hindi pag-action ay hindi po sa makatuwid na binabaliwala na or ito ay dapat implemented na yung 1 year prohibition rule. Hindi po. Nag-start pa lang ito kapag yung sinasabi niya kanina, para maliwanag, ulitin ko ulit para sa ating lahat.
At yung posporo, remember that the 4th impeachment complaint is the only complaint that was initiated.
Yon.
When you mean initiate, it means that you take formal action on an impeachment complaint. And it has been ruled by the Supreme Court in a landmark case of Gutierrez versus House of Representatives Committee on Justice that to initiate, there can be many impeachment complaints. And the impeachment complaints are like matchsticks para itong posporo. At yung posporo na yon, the matchstick that lights up a candle, yun lang ang magti-trigger ng totoong impeachment process. And in the case of Francisco versus the House of Representatives, the Supreme Court clearly said that to initiate means not only the mere filing but a referral to the Committee on Justice by the House.
Oh, mali pala ako mga kababayan. Committee on Rules yung sinabi ko kanina. Sorry. Referral to the Committee on Justice. Okay? Mabuti na lang inuulit ko. Kung hindi, yari ako. Sasabihin na naman, mali ka, GP. yun daw dapat ang maging hudyat ng pagbibilang ng 1-year prohibition rule or period. Kailangan ito ay mai-refer doon sa Committee on Justice. Kapag yung tatlo, nag-antay sila, 1, 2, 3, pinag-antay, kung hindi naman ni-refer ito sa Committee on Justice, mga kababayan, ay ibig sabihin, hindi pa pwedeng magsimula ng pagbibilang.
House of Representatives.
Oh.
Remember that it is within the power of the House of Representatives to choose to endorse the best impeachment complaint, and this fourth impeachment complaint was not endorsed by one member of the House of Representatives, by 2 or 3, but it was endorsed by more than 215 members.
Yes,
and this,
I totally agree. Mga kababayan, bakit? Bakit ka naman magpapasa ng article of impeachment na nakikita mo hilaw? Nakikita mo na matatalo? Diba? Siyempre, mga kababayan, pag ikaw ay nag-refer, in-endorse mo yung article of impeachment, kailangan pinag-aaralan. Kailangan makikita mo ito matibay. Ito, siguradong makukonvict ang isang tao. Otherwise, mga ka-GPnatics, hindi ito tatayo sa korte. Hindi ito tatayo sa impeachment court. Diba? Kaya nga hindi nila in-endorse ng mga kongresista yung naunang 1, 2, 3 kasi mahina yun. Diba? Pero sabi ng saligang batas, mga kababayan, hindi po kahit mag-file kayo na mag-file, hindi pa rin dyan nagsisimula ang bilangan ng 1 year. So, maliwanag, kahit na sabihin ng Supreme Court, if ever, di ba, dahil nagsisik ng guidance ang panel of prosecutors, pag sinabi ng Supreme Court, hindi nyo na kailangan sagutin yan kasi nandito naman nakalagay sa precedents, Francisco versus House of Representative, Gutierrez versus House of Representative, malinaw doon na kailangan ito ay may initiate from the word itself, at ito ay refer sa Committee on Justice. That yan ay hudyat ng pagsisimula ng 1-year prohibition rule.
This impeachment complaint is the only complaint that can be considered as initiated. And we should also be clear that an impeachment process is not a legislative action. It's not an exercise of legislative power. That is why it can clearly move on to the next Congress. It can be tackled by the 20th Congress. So, malinaw yon sa ngayon na walang ginawang kamalian ang Kamara de Representante sa pag-transmit ng tamang impeachment complaint. At sigurado akong dapat tumawid itong impeachment complaint na ito, lalo't hindi naman na-dismiss. But to remand it is clearly illegal.
Okay. Sabi ng iba dito, mga kababayan, sabi ni Mona Nases, diyan mo makikita, Sir GP, na walang alam ang mga senador. Actually, mga kababayan, hindi naman ako naniniwala na lahat ng senador dyan ay walang alam. It just so happen, mga kababayan, mga ka-GPnatics, marami lang talagang ebas. Maraming tsetche-buretche itong mga senador natin na sinasabi natin minsan that the rules can be bent, di ba? Ang rule ay pwede natin i-bend. Sometimes, it depends on the situation. But then again, mga kababayan, yan ay magagamit lang natin, hindi po sa korte, na pag kailangan i-bend ang rules. Nagagamit natin ang bendang rules, yan ay doon sa mga tao-tao lang, between both parties, hindi po dito sa korte. Okay? Yung kanilang ginagawa, mga kababayan, anak ng tinapa. May precedents na. Nagtatanga-tangahan pa. Gumagawa ng kanilang sariling ruling. Gumagawa ng kanilang sariling precedents. Oh. Kitang-kita naman natin na itong mga to, nagmamaang-maangan lang kahit alam naman nila, abogado sila Chis Escudero. Alam nila yan. Kaya lang, dahil nga siguro merong itong mga to, partisan, or sabihin natin, itong mga to ay may kinakampihan, may pinoprotektahan, kailangan balangkasin nila yung batas, mga kababayan, at i-twist nila ng konti kahit mapahiya na mga tukmol. Diba? Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the Francisco ruling applies to impeachment cases that did not go through the so-called express route. We do know that there are several modes of initiating an impeachment. One is express route, if you have 1/3 filing at the very beginning, 1/3 of the members of the House, and of course, the other being that you go through the committee proceedings. I again, correct me if I'm wrong, the Francisco ruling applies to complaints that go through the committee, but does it apply also to a complaint that went through the express route or the so-called expressway of 1/3? Because if that is the case, then
ay guys, sorry. Yung mga ano natin dito ha, pwede po, ako nakikiusap sa inyo, pakisubscribe din ng aking napaka-beautiful, napakabait na tita Carclea. Mamaya yan, tuwing gabi siya, pang alas 10 or alas 10:30 Philippine time.
What is to prevent any Congress or any future Congress from, just accumulating impeachment complaints, waiting for one that will muster the 1/3?
Having the exclusive power to initiate impeachment complaints, RG, the Congress is also very careful what impeachment complaint to initiate or to transmit, because there could be frivolous o mga complaints na ifa-file lang ng kung sino-sino para masimulan ang 1-year ban at mapigil na matanggal sa pwesto ang isang mataas na opisyal na hindi karapat-dapat. So dapat maingat din ang Kongreso na bago aktuhan ang isang impeachment complaint, dapat hindi ito gawa-gawa lang ng kung sino.
Okay, now I understand. Now I fully understand what I have said earlier. Having said that, mga kababayan, sabi natin kanina, syempre ang aaktuhan ng mga kongresista natin, ang kanilang i-endorse at i-initiate to transmit dito sa Committee on Justice, yung alam nila na matibay, na talagang makakapag-convict ng isang impeachable official. Otherwise, mga kababayan, ang mangyayari ito ay pwedeng masawata, matatalo, beginning pa lang, umpisa pa lang, 'di ba? Baka walang mangyayari. So ngayon, meron pala silang safeguard. Kaya pala hindi sila basta-basta tumatanggap ng article of impeachment, hindi nila ini-endorse ito, pinag-aaralan nila ito, kasi nga, mga kababayan, ang iniiwasan na kung sino-sino lang ay pwede pala na mag-submit ng article of impeachment. Para, meron akong ano dito meron akong isang natatandaan na kinontent ata ng best friend ko, si JDB, na noon, kay Erap, kay Gloria, ay merong mga tao na nagpa-file ng article of impeachment. Inuunahan nila yung mabigat na kaso ng article of yung mas mabigat na article of impeachment, inuunahan nila ng mga pangkaraniwang tao. Ginagamit na dami, sige mag-file ka ng article of impeachment bago mauna yung mas malakas na article of impeachment, kasi ang gagawin nila to stop, mga kababayan, pipigilan nila na may makapagpasa sa isang impeachable official na matuloy. So ngayon ang gagawin nila, uunahan nila, magpa-file na ako ng article of impeachment. Tapos ngayon, pag tinanggap yon mga kababayan, ang mangyayari, mag-start na kaagad yung ruling ng 1-year prohibition period kapag ito po ay tinanggap at in-endorse ng mga kongresista natin, 'di ba? Tapos ito ay naipasa sa Committee on Justice. Ang mangyayari nun, start na. So, yung malakas na article of impeachment na dapat yun ang lalakad, mawawalan ng saysay kasi nga may 1-year prohibition period. Now, I fully understand. Kaya po hindi sila basta-basta tumatanggap ng mga article of impeachment kung ito naman ay talagang hindi pa kikinabangan or ito naman ay talagang gawa-gawa lang ng mga gustong manggulo at gustong pigilan yung gagawin or yung ipapasa na formal nung mga tao na gusto talagang ipa-impeach yung isang taong impeachable official. Okay? Naku, alam mo yun, nagiging matalas yung utak natin kapag ganitong, buti na lang gising yung utak ko eh. Tuloy pa natin.
To circumvent the Constitution itself. That is why this Congress acted with the utmost prudence in initiating and transmitting the impeachment complaint with the most endorsements from the most number of members of the House of Representatives para malinaw sa ating mga kababayan na hindi lang isa o dalawa ang nag-endorse nito, kundi 1/3, more than 1/3 sa ilalim ng konstitusyon na mga congressmen representing their constituents around the country.
Sir, I think if I remember the arguments of Senator De La Rosa last night, he believes that the accumulation of multiple impeachment complaints was actually a violation of the constitutional bar on or limit.
Sabi ni Sir Leo, kahit tayo pwedeng mag-submit ng impeachment complaint basta may ebidensya tayong matindi. Yes, indeed, tama naman yon. Kaya lang, ang tanong dyan, tatanggapin ba ito? I-endorse ba ito? At itatransmit ba ito? Kailangan kasi may initiative or initiate. 'Di ba? Galing doon sa jurisprudence or precedents na Francisco versus House of Representatives, Gutierrez versus House of Representatives, sinasabi doon, it must be initiate. Okay? Tapos kapag tinanggap, mga kababayan, kailangan maipasa doon sa Committee on Justice. Pero ang tanong, gugustuhin ba nila? Baka kasi ito yung gagawin natin, Sir Leo, sabihin ng iba, hindi, ito, yung ebidensya nito, chow-chow lang. Diba? Gusto lang manggulo, gusto lang pigilan yung, o gusto lang unahan yung naririnig natin na meron pala magpapasa talaga ng article of impeachment galing sa ibang grupo. Pwede kasing gamitin, mga kababayan, na panglibak or pang sabihin natin pang-postpone or pang-tigil doon sa talagang nararapat na article of impeachment na ipafile.
To just one impeachment complaint against one official in 1 year. So it may be argued by him and by the critics of the impeachment that what the House did was also a circumvention of the Constitution.
We disagree with that, RG. Like I said, it is within the duty of the House of Representatives to transmit and initiate the proper and appropriate impeachment complaint. Not only to do its duty, but also to protect the country and to protect the government from frivolous impeachment complaints.
Pag frivolous yung house show, diba? Frivolous impeachment. Yun yung sinasabi kanina, diba? Yung baka mamaya gawa-gawa lang dahil nautusan, oy, stop mo to. Babayaran kita ng 100,000. Pag-file ka ng impeachment, article of impeachment. Diba? Sa isang tao na to para ngayon itong tao na to mapasok sa 1-year ban at kung sino man na nagbabalak o nagpaplano sa kanila na patanggalin sa pwesto ito, hindi matuloy dahil sa inunahan mo na. Frubulous.
To the order of the Senate, how do you comply with that first order, which is to certify to the non-violation of that bar? Do you expect to be able to comply with that today? And do you hope to be able to restart or get the court to reconvene?
Naku po, ayan na. Nagpatalastas.
Firstly, RG, we disagree with the decision of the Senate Impeachment Court to remand because it is not an option under the Constitution. It is not part of the intent of the framers of the Constitution for an impeachment complaint to be remanded. Tandaan natin, RG, kaya dapat hindi matigil, hindi ma-remand, at dapat tumawid ito. Kasi ang isang impeachment complaint is intended to protect the country from leaders who are unfit for office. Isipin mo na lang, RG, kung nagkaroon tayo ng isang napakasamang presidente na may ginawang karumal-dumal na krimen ngayong Mayo, inimpeach siya ng Kongreso, pinasimulan ang trial ngayong Hunyo ngunit hindi matatapos, ipaparemand ba ang impeachment complaint o hindi patatawirin? Paano mo matatanggal ang isang opisyal na nasa pinakamataas na pwesto sa gobyerno kung dadaanin mo ito sa technicality at ireremand mo when the very intent of an impeachment is to protect the country and to protect the people? When the time comes that we have a leader or a president or a vice president that is totally unfit to sit in office, who has committed grave and high crimes in violation of the Constitution.
So paano hindi ninyo, if I may cut you, so paano yun, hindi nyo tatanggapin yung orders ng Supreme Court, ng Senate Impeachment Court? Physically, itatanggihan yun and wala kayong gagawin. Paano aandar yung proseso kung, kasi parang, if I'm listening to you correctly, parang stalemate kasi ayaw ninyong tanggapin yung decision nila and yun yung decision nila. Meron silang ini-expect na compliance sa inyo, kayo naman parang ang tingin nyo, you don't need to do anything. So, paano to?
Iba naman yung sinasabi dito kanina, 'di ba? Ang sabi ni Luistro ay i-defer nila. So, ibig sabihin, isasantabi muna, hindi tatanggapin because they need to seek guidance coming from the Supreme Court. And, of course, pag may comment na ang Supreme Court, mga kababayan, saka sila magde-decide. Madali lang naman yon. Kasi 10 days naman ata, ilang days ba yung binibigay sa kanila? 5 days? Oh, so palagay ko, aabot at aabot naman yun.
How do you even resolve this?
Ang official action of the House Prosecution as well as the House of Representatives will be discussed today. How we will address the decision of the Senate. We are just merely pointing out na dapat hindi sana naging option ito sa ating Senate Impeachment Court.
So malamang sir, itong napag-uusapan natin yan will probably form part of whatever it is going to be your compliance or your action or your response to the Senate.
Absolutely. Tama ka, RG.
Okay, so going back to the second order of the Senate Impeachment Court, they are asking for a certification from the 20th Congress House of Representatives. Of course, you are a member of the 19th Congress House of Representatives. How does one even get to comply with that order, assuming you want to comply with it, before the end of the sine die adjournment today?
The 20th Congress does not yet exist.
Exactly.
Hindi pa kami nag-adjourn. And it's like saying na si Pedro ang nag-file ng kaso, pero si Juan ang tatanungin mo kung gusto niyang ipagpatuloy ang kaso. We just have to wait until the 19th Congress adjourns. But at least with that order, we can see that the Senate Impeachment Court has recognized that the impeachment process can cross over to the 20th Congress as it should be under the Constitution.
Bobo yung nagtanong yan eh. I mean, hindi yung kausap ni Defensor. Yung nagtanong yan sa Senado kasi dalawa yung compliance na gusto nilang mangyari. First is to certify na walang ginawa na mali against the Constitution itong mga prosecutors natin. Pangalawa, mga kababayan, gusto nila na sabihin daw na interesado pa ba yung 20th Congress. Paano sasabihin, mga kababayan, sinong sasagot doon? Sabi nga naman, si Pedro ang tinanong mo, si Juan ang gusto mong pasagutin. 'Di ba? Kasi magkaiba, 19th Congress, 20th Congress, although the people in the 19th Congress should be there as well in the 20th Congress. But then again, mga kababayan, they are totally different kasi 19 nga at 20th. 'Di ba? Ang lumalabas ngayon diyan, hindi mo na kailangan tanungin 'yan eh. Kasi kumbaga para sa akin, mga kababayan, ano ba yung tawag doon sa ano na 'yon? formality na lang din, 'di ba? Ano na lang 'yan eh, para-paraan ng pagdi-delay, para-paraan na lang na mema ulit, mema sabi. Hindi pa nga nag-i-exist, antayin mong tanungin. Ano ibig sabihin ba nila? Kailangan matanong yung 28th Congress. Kailan magkukonvene ang 28th Congress ng Kongreso? If I'm not mistaken, July 28 or June 28. Hindi ko alam kung saan sa dalawa. June 28 or July 28. So, ibig sabihin, mga kababayan, kung June 28 or July 28, yan, napakatagal. Saka pa lang mako-comply yung gustong mangyari ng mga senador natin. Bugok. Mga kababayan, ang gusto lang talaga nila dyan palabasin, tumagal. Kung naisip nila yon, isampal nyo nga sa mga pagmumukha ng mga senador na yon. Sabihin nyo nga, teka lang, existing na ba yung 28th Congress na kailangan sumagot ng 28th Congress? Kung aantayin nyo yung 20th Congress na sumagot, kung sila ba ay pagpapatuloy ang nakabinbin or hindi natapos na impeachment trial sa 19th Congress, abutin tayo talaga ng siyam-siyam.